Hi everyone. Topic is on second law of thermodynamics. Second law of thermodynamics is used to check whether the process is spontaneous or not. That means the process can occur on its own or not, and the process will occur in only particular direction only. This can be easily understood by the below examples. We take two vessels. One vessel is at higher level. The other vessel is at lower level. If we open the tap, the water flows naturally from higher level to lower level. But the reverse of this process cannot occur. This means the process can occur only in one particular direction only. Let us take a container. We divide the container into two parts by the separator. We consider two different gases in these two parts. We remove the separator, the two gases gets mixed on its own. So this process can occur. But the reverse of this process means the two gases cannot be separated by providing the separator. So by this we can say the process occurs in one particular direction only. Cup of coffee. This cup of coffee example is discussed in our previous video of first law of thermodynamics. Friends, if you have not seen our video, please click on the link in the description. And come to here. Here, the cup of hot coffee loses its heat to the surroundings on its own. But the reverse of this process means the coffee getting hotter by absorbing heat from the surroundings cannot occur on its own. Second law of thermodynamics can be stated in three ways. Before going to explain these statements, we should know what is heat engine, heat pump, and refrigerator. In heat engine, there are two terms. There are source and sink. Source and sink are thermal energy reservoirs. So what is thermal energy reservoir? Thermal energy reservoirs are imaginary bodies that are having large thermal energy capacity that can absorb the heat or supply the heat without changing any change in temperature. A reservoir that supplies the energy in the form of heat is called source, and the reservoir that absorbs the energy in the form of heat is called sink. Heat engine. So we discussed IC engines example in our previous video of first law of thermodynamics. Heat engine is a device that converts heat energy into mechanical energy by transferring heat from higher temperature body to lower temperature. Here, the source is at higher temperature and sink is at lower temperature. Thermal efficiency of the heat engine is net work output by heat input. Net work output is mentioned as W net out is equal to heat input minus heat outlet. Q in minus Q out. Q out is nothing but heat rejected by the heat engine. Efficiency eta is equal to 1 minus Q out by Q in. Efficiency of the heat engine is always less than 1. Heat pump and refrigerator. Both heat pump and refrigerator are the same devices, but they differ in their objective only. What is meant by heat pump? Heat pump is a device that transfers the heat from cold body to hot body by providing work input. Here, these are the line diagrams of the refrigerator and heat pump. We see in the refrigerator, we absorb the heat from the refrigerated space so that the refrigerated space gets cooler and cooler and transfers the heat to the atmosphere. We can also tell this one with an example of air conditioner in a room. So we want to remove more and more heat from the room so that the room gets cooler and cooler and we transfer the heat to the atmosphere. Whereas in heat pump, it is reverse. We are interested to provide more heat to the warm house. Means if you take an example of room heater, we absorbs the heat from the atmosphere and gives that heat to the room so that the room gets warmer and warmer. Second law of thermodynamics. This is by Kelvin-Planck statement. What the statement tells us is there won't be any device which takes the heat from a single source and converts the entire heat into work. This type of machine doesn't exist. Definitely, there is a heat reception from the heat engine to the lower temperature reservoir. So what Kelvin wants to tell is heat transfers, heat is absorbed by the heat engine of QH and work is produced and some amount of heat is released to the lower temperature reservoir. Second law of thermodynamics by Clausius. The Clausius tells us there won't be any device that can transfer heat from a cold body to a hot body without providing any work. Here the picture in this shown is this type of machine doesn't exist. So here the work is W, here the work W is equal to 0. But actually for transferring heat from cold body to hot body, you have to provide some work input. Heat pump and refrigerator are the examples of Clausius statement. Second law of thermodynamics based on entropy. Before going into the statement, we should know what is randomness and entropy. Randomness is the movement of the molecules. Here we take in solids, the molecules are closely packed. So the movement of the molecules is very less. Whereas in liquids, the movement of the molecules is higher when compared to solids. But in gases, the movement of the molecules is maximum due to loosely packed molecules. Entropy. Entropy is a measure of randomness of the system. In solids, the molecules are closely packed. Because of that, the randomness is very less. That means the entropy is very less in solids. But whereas in gases, the movement of the molecules is higher. That means the randomness is very high. So we can say that entropy is higher for the gases than solids. Formula for change in entropy is delta S is equal to delta Q by T, where delta Q is change in heat, T is the temperature. Second law of thermodynamics based on entropy. The entropy of the universe always increases for all the spontaneous process, and the entropy of the universe can never be negative. If you take a reversible process, that's an ideal process. The entropy of the universe is always constant. This law is called as law of increased entropy. The mathematical representation is delta S of universe is greater than 0. Delta S universe is nothing but delta S system plus delta S universe. Sorry, delta S system plus delta S surroundings is greater than 0. This entropy concept can be understood easier way. With an example, we see a cup of coffee getting cooled off. Here the entropy plays a prominent role. This we can understand with a mathematical proof. For example, you assume a temperature of the hot coffee is of 50 degrees centigrade. Temperature of the surroundings is 20 degrees centigrade. There are two possible cases, general cases. The coffee may absorb heat from the surrounding, or the coffee may release the heat to the surrounding. We take the case 1. The coffee is absorbing heat from the surrounding. Let us say the coffee absorbs 10 joules of heat from the surrounding. That means 10 joules of heat will be lost to the surrounding. Here, the sign convention is clearly explained in my previous video. So by that we can tell Q system, nothing but coffee, is plus 10 joules. Heat lost by the surrounding is minus 10 joules. Now the change in entropy of the universe is given by the equation. Is delta S universe is equal to delta S system plus delta S surroundings. Delta S system is nothing but delta Q system by temperature of the system plus delta Q surroundings by temperature of the surroundings. For the delta S system is nothing but 10 by 323 minus 10 by 293 is for deltas of the surroundings. Here 323 and 293 are the temperatures in Kelvin. So finally we got negative value. Delta S of the universe is negative. This means the entropy of the universe is decreasing. This violates the second law of thermodynamics. What second law of thermodynamics tells us is entropy of the universe always increases. So we can say that this process is not spontaneous. That means this process cannot occur on its own. We take case 2. The coffee is releasing heat to the surrounding. Let us say the coffee releases 10 joules of heat to the surrounding. That means 10 joules of heat absorbed by the surrounding. So Q system is equal to minus 10 joules. Q surrounding is equal to plus 10 joules. Now, if you incorporate these values in delta S universe is equal to delta S system plus delta S surroundings, we got finally the positive value. That means entropy of the system is increasing. This satisfies the second law of thermodynamics. So we can say that the process is spontaneous, means the process can occur on its own. In this example, we already know that the coffee releases the heat to the surroundings, but there are some examples like chemical reactions. There you cannot predict whether the process can occur on its own or not. At that time, this entropy calculation plays an important role. So friends, I think you understand the second law of thermodynamics. If you want to know the third law of thermodynamics, please watch our coming videos. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.